And also my last video, I gave you 5 reasons why Purdue is a different beast this season than they were last season. If you want to check that out, that'll be in the description of this video. What's up, guys? We have a top 10 matchup on our hands. This is what college basketball is all about. Purdue and Wisconsin. And looking at Wisconsin to start, you have Wisconsin coming off on the worst losses imaginable, blowing a 19-point lead at Nebraska, a terrible second half, where they were just trying to milk the clock. They're trying to drain the clock out and get out of there with a win. They were just trying to survive. They weren't running any offense. They were just hucking up a bunch of threes. The crowd had them rattled, some uncharacteristic turnovers, and they stopped touching the post. Steven Crowell had 2 attempts the whole game in an overtime game. And Wall had 4 or 5. That's just unacceptable. When they played inside and out, they had some success. I think Klesmit had his 2 threes in the second half were from feeding the post. But yeah, Wisconsin, brutal loss for them. And on the flip side, Purdue took down Northwestern in an impressive game where Braden Smith had 16 assists and Lance Jones had 26 points. Kind of a 9-day difference because Wisconsin, I think, that's as deflating of a loss as possible. They need to flip the script immediately. Coming off a Thursday loss, they need to be ready to go Sunday. And that goes for both the players' energy and the crowd's energy. You have the second best team in the country coming to the arena. And for Purdue fans, the reason why I say that is because the Kohl Center is no Mackey Arena. I think Mackey Arena is the best arena in college basketball, best home court in college basketball. And then, honestly, Pinnacle Bank Arena in Nebraska is probably the second best home court advantage, or one of the best home court advantages outside of Purdue, because that place was a nut house. And obviously, both Purdue and Wisconsin have now lost at Nebraska. But yeah, energy from the crowd and the players will be a key part of this game. And then X and O's. And the ultimate home crowd advantage neutralizer is Zach Edey, because Edey, no matter what environment he's going to be playing at, he's going to do Zach Edey. And a key point is Steven Crowell for Wisconsin cannot get in foul trouble. Then on the flip side, Purdue, if they get Steven Crowell in foul trouble, that leads to good things for Purdue. They'll probably lead to a Purdue victory because there's no one else who can do a serviceable job on Zach Edey. I look at Steven Crowell, and he's gone from a guy who Wisconsin needed a 5th-year portal guy 2 years ago to be his backup and play a lot of the minutes against Purdue because physically he wasn't ready 2 years ago, to now I would say he's probably a top 10, 15 guy in the country you could put on Zach Edey just because he's a physically solid senior who's a legit 7 feet, legit 250 pounds. And when I say top 10, top 15 guy to put on Edey, I'm not saying he's going to be an Edey stopper. There's no such thing as an Edey stopper in college basketball. Edey, no matter who's against him, the best player you can put on Zach Edey in college basketball, Edey's still going to get his 20 and 10 at a minimum. But yeah, if Crowell gets in foul trouble, the other guys are just going to get eaten alive by Zach Edey. So that is a key point. And looking at the individual matchups, you have Braden Smith and Chucky Hepburn. I think it's closer than people realize. And Purdue fans, hold on, I'll explain why. Because I think both guys doing exactly what the team and the coaches are asking of them. I mean, Braden Smith, it's a joke that he was not on the Bob Cousy watch list. He's easily one of the best point guards in all of college basketball. But Chucky Hepburn has been perfect for Wisconsin, where he's been extremely unselfish. He's been deferring to, he's got senior Steven Crowell down low. He's got 5th-year Tyler Wall. A.J. Storr is one of the best scorers in college basketball. Klesmit has turned into quite the scorer. So he's deferring, and the team is better because of his unselfishness. And then defensively is where he's really good. And defensively, having the combination of Max Klesmit and Chucky Hepburn on the perimeter is part of why Wisconsin is such a good team this year, because they have 2 physically solid guards who can really move their feet laterally defend. So Chucky is great defensively. That's where I think it's closer than people realize. But obviously, I'm going to give the edge to Braden Smith because he's shooting 15% better from 3 than Chucky Hepburn is. It's 42.7 versus 25.7. Last year, Chucky was a 40% three-point shooter. So he has it in him, but this season he's missed a lot of wide-open threes. So it's hard to not pick Braden Smith in that matchup. Going Max Klesmit versus Fletcher Loyer, I'm taking Klesmit. A lot of the reason is because of defense. Offensively, both guys can score from around the hoop, mid-range, three-pointers. But Klesmit's a better athlete, where he has a quicker first step, is more explosive, can move his feet laterally better on defense. He's physically stronger than Fletcher Loyer. Loyer has a little extra length on Klesmit, but I'm going to take Max Klesmit in that matchup. Then A.J. Storr, I'm taking over Lance Jones, but Jones has been fantastic for Purdue. He's a huge reason why Purdue is a different team than they were last season. He brings an experience, a toughness, a confidence that rubs off on his teammates. And then Tyler Wall over Kaufman-Renn. And then, obviously, at center, Zach Edey versus Steven Crowell. You got to go with Edey, the best player, the most dominant player in college basketball. So I'm taking 3 of the 5 starting spots. I'm going with Wisconsin. And then the benches are both pretty solid. I would say it's about a horse apiece. Had Wisconsin beat Nebraska. I would say this probably would be a 55-45 game for Wisconsin, but since they lost a pretty deflating game, I'm going to say it's probably a 50-50 game. And if you've made it to this point of the video, you've waited 5 minutes plus for my prediction, and you're going to watch a grown man flip a coin for his prediction. I'm sitting on the fence in this one. Where's my coin? All right. We're going to go heads for Purdue, tails for Wisconsin. We have tails for Wisconsin. So I guess Wisconsin is my pick, but I think it's going to be a great game that goes down to the wire. The energy in the arena, Steven Krause staying out of foul trouble, I think will be key points, but this is a great match between two of the best teams in all of college basketball. Two much improved teams from last season, and that is all I got for you. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is your first video with me, make sure to like and subscribe for more Big Ten and college basketball content. I'll see you next time.